No, ma'am, we are good to go.
Okay, fine then. Yeah, hello everyone. Good evening to all. How are you? Am I audible?
Good.
Yes, I am. We are good.
Okay. Good. So happy Diwali to all of you, especially people who are still in India and they have certain anywhere indirectly or directly India. So happy Diwali to all of you.
Happy
Thank you,
Diwali
ma'am.
to you, ma'am.
Happy
Ye-
Diwali.
Thank you,
Happy,
thank you. Why you all are so silent? What happened?
happy Diwali, everyone.
Yeah, happy Diwali. Okay, so let's go for a short, brief introduction part for everyone. Arun, yeah, please go ahead. Arun Ghosh, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Arun. Just a small introduction
Yes,
part.
yeah, my name is Tarun Ghosh. I am from Kerala. I have around 8 years of experience in telecom and networking.
Okay,
And yeah, that's before.
okay. So you're working, right? Vipin?
Yeah,
Okay, thank you, Arun. Thank you. Yeah, Vipin, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am, and happy Diwali.
Good
My name
evening.
is Bipin. I'm working in Qatar as a network engineer since last 6 years with the Mannai.
Hmm. Okay. So you are in Qatar at the moment.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Okay. John K.
Yeah, hi, good evening, everyone. This is John from Singapore. I've been a network engineer for 5 years. So, wanted to get this firewall license certification for a couple of years already. So, I'm planning to take it. So, I attend this class. Hopefully, I can gain more knowledge. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, wonderful. Thank you. Aishwarya. Aishwarya, am I audible? Rahul. Rahul Nair.
Hello everyone. My name is Rahul Nair. I am from Kerala and I am in networking field for the last 12 years. I'm working in Arista Networks in Bangalore. That's all about me. Thank you.
Okay. Good. Yeah. Then we do have Nandi Shravan Krishnan.
Hey, hi, I'm Nandish here. I'm from Tamil Nadu. So currently I'm working in Bangalore like a Triance Digital Consulting in networking field. So total I have a 7+ years of experience in this field. So
Okay. Great. Hit Lokhande.
Hi, good evening. Good evening, Sharon ma'am. Happy Diwali to you. I'm working in IT field since last 10 years. I'm working for government of Maharashtra in
Hmm.
India, Mumbai. I'm working on the firewalls, majorly in firewalls.
Mm-hmm. All right. Okay. Great. Rajesh.
Good evening. I am Rajesh. I am from India, Kerala. Currently, I am in UAE. I have 8 years of experience in IT desktop support. I am looking for firewall side also.
Okay.
Thank
Right.
you.
Thank you. Siddhan.
I'm from Bangalore. Network security. Yeah.
Siddhan, I'm really sorry. I think something is wrong with your mic. You're not audible.
Okay, am I audible?
Yeah, somehow, yeah, better.
Yeah, okay, I'm from Bangalore, so I'm working as a network security engineer, and I have around 3 years experience.
Okay, so you're working in Bangalore at the moment.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Amol.
hello.
Yeah,
My
Amol.
name is Amol, and I have in network domain. I have more than 4.5 years experience.
Now I'm working as a senior network engineer in DP1, Mumbai. Thank you.
Thank you. Shaib, sorry, Mohammed Shaib, right? I think.
Yeah, Shazib, it's Shazib Mohammed. Hi, this is
Shazib.
Shazib.
Yeah.
Basically, I'm from Hyderabad, but currently I'm working in Saudi Arabia. I'm working as an IT security lead.
Okay, great, great.
Before we used to have Cisco products and FortiGate, but recently we have planned to migrate all to Palo Alto. So I'm looking forward to learn new things.
Oh, okay, okay. From Saudi, we had multiple clients before also. So we trained a few people from very famous bank from there, from Saudi. Okay. Arun is already done. I think Arun, yeah, he rejoined from a different maybe device. Then we do have Satendra Kumar.
Side, currently I'm working as a network engineer. Recently, we are working with the Cisco Meraki platform, and they have changed to Meraki firewall also. They have deployed
Okay. Slightly, maybe few difficulties in your mic. Okay, anyway, thank you very much, all of you, for joining the session. So,
yeah, let's see.
yeah, I hope I am audible to all of you very clearly. So, if it is the case, then we can start with the session now. So, my name is Shagun, and basically, I am into Palo Alto firewalls training since last almost 8 years now. And here we had a couple of batches on PCNSA and PCNSA both. So we do have training on both the platforms, depending upon which certification you want. Now let me just go through some sort of overview point. This is, for example, let's say, is this visible to you? This new notepad file. If I'm saying hi, is it visible to all of you?
It's a black screen.
Yes, yes.
Wait a minute. Just let me share my different screen. Okay, how about now?
Yes.
Actually, we are able to see a text pad where you have
Yeah,
written hi.
that is the one. That is the one right now. I'm just showcasing. Okay, so here what we have to expect. Generally, we do have two batches. One, it is a PCNSA. Another one is called your PCNSE. Okay. Both are we do have the both batches here, different trainings also here. So depending upon whichever the certification you are targeting, maybe this one or that one, you can just be the part of that. But make sure wherever you are attending the classes, you should be assured wherever which one is the one that you are attending it. So most of the topics we do have similar in both the cases. So by the way, PCNSA stands for Palo Alto Certified Network Security Associate, and this one is your everything is same, Palo Alto Certified Network Security Engineer. So this certificate, both the certifications are needed. They are equally recognized in the market right now. So most of the people who will be working on the cases and they want to go for some sort of experienced classes level job, so they can go for this one, or beginners, we can start with this one also. But both the certification, they have equally recognitions in the market. Then talking about your Palo Alto as a company, they are the market leader in today's time. Everyone is talking about Palo Alto. In fact, in India, we do have multiple academic new programs where Palo Alto Firewall is already stepping into the academia also. So we do have some programs where engineering students, they are also getting trained on Palo Alto firewalls. So definitely in coming few years now, your Palo Alto firewall will be quite more popular. And we do have 3 domains on Palo Alto when we talk about. They are definitely the market leader in cybersecurity, but they have 3 different domains. Number one, it is called Starta Group. Another one is called your cloud, or you can say this is called your Cortex. And something is called your Prisma nowadays. Okay, so these are the different classes where Palo Alto is having their own expertise. When you talk about all about firewalls, let it be software, let it be hardware, real firewalls or VM-based firewall, any kind of firewall that will come and hit here. So you will be the part of startup group. Prisma is all about your cloud now. So maybe 3 to 4 years or 5 years from now, everything from startup will be, it is expected everything will be moved to Prisma side. Very high expectations. So here Cortex, it is like much more related to your EDR, MDR and all stuff, where we say endpoint security. Then your XDR is also extended security. So these are something else. So they are much more related to your malware detection and all. Here Starta is this that we all are here for. So you will be working on Palo Alto firewall. So this is your firewall stuff. So you will be working on startup part. Okay. So in this one, so because it is a fundamental level course for everyone, so we will be having some sort of topics to be covered here. We will be covering, for example, what is a firewall itself. First, we will start from this. I know you all are much more qualified, but sometimes it's always good to brush up your skills. Depending upon how much time you will be taking, so we will be going ahead accordingly. So firewall will be taken care of this one. What is the difference between normal legacy firewall and next generation firewall, and why Palo Alto is being called as the next generation firewall? All the features will be covered here. All those engines normally we say. Then you have something called management plane that will be covered. Then we will talk about data plane. When we say coverage, means both of the management plane and data plane, whatever they are, including their configuration, I'm saying over here. Then you do have something called types of interfaces. People who are already working on Palo Alto firewall, they might have some idea. There are some types of firewall interfaces on the firewall we have. Then we have some sort of called your policies. Anyone knows what is a policy? On firewall, what do we have a policy? What is the role of a policy?
To deny permit.
Yeah, you can. Policy means a rule. If you can deny or you can permit anything, whatever your requirement is accordingly. So it will be a kind of rule. Just like ACL access control list, we do have policies on firewalls. Policy, it is a common word. Even Checkpoint, they called policy. Palo Alto, they called policy. Fortinet policy, everywhere policy. So that means whenever we talk about our firewall stuff, we call those rules as policies. These rules can be related to your security. It can be your NAT rules, NAT translations. Security, what will be the difference between security and NAT? Once basically you are trying to send some sort of traffic from LAN towards WAN. Let me just finish the list, then I'm coming to it. So here, 7th point will be your type of NATs. You will cover. In Palo Alto, we do have broader 2 types. One is called source NAT, another one is called your DNAT. Then you will work on something called high availability. HA, under HA, we do have 2 modes. One is called active, and we do have active and passive. We will cover active and passive on the lab also. Active is also being covered, but it will be not into that much of details. Active, passive, we will be doing the troubleshooting part also. Then it comes to your VPNs. So under VPN, we will cover IPsec. Then we do have remote VPNs. So we will be having a very good understanding of GP, that is Global Protect. Then comes your SSL decryption part. Then comes your user ID. So here I'm going to, you all have to just write on somewhere these details, or I'll be sharing these new updated details with all of you. So next topic is, I believe it's 12th number. It is called user ID. Then we do have app ID.
Hello.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, I can see up to 10.
The last line is not visible.
That is
Is
GP and SSL. Now is it visible?
No. Is the same for everyone?
Okay, wait a minute. Let me just write down here. Fine?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Then app ID, user ID, URL filtering. URL filtering. Okay, so these are just a few topics, right? Other than this, there will be minute some other points that will be picking apart from them. But this is what you have to have certain knowledge about all these things. Other than this, there will be sub parts of every chapter. So whatever I have written on the screen right now, there will be equal number of labs. There will be equal theory part. In fact, every part, for example, this management and data plane, what are those? So they will be into very, very detailed stuff because this is what the building block of your firewall. Now, when we talk about any firewall, so firewall, it is a kind of a system where it has the capacity to take some sort of input, then process this data, and then take the decision based upon whatever the policies you have. Right? So if I have any policy where whatever the policy is saying is, if it is here, my LAN side, every side is LAN. Here they want to go to internet, that is my WAN side. So from going LAN towards WAN, you should have policies that will be allowing what really you want to do. And because most of the LAN users, we are always using your private IP zone. What do we mean by private IP zone? Anyone can give me any example? What are the examples of private IPs?
It's
Any private IP?
10.0.00/8.
10.0.0/8. Any other private class we do have? 172.16.0.0/16. 16. Then 192.168.0.0/24. So these are the starting networks, and they will go up to 10.255.255.255/8. Okay. Then comes your class B. It will go up to 172.16.31. Not here, 31.255.255/16. What about class C? So you will have 192.168.255.255. So these are the classes that you will be having. That means every organization, they are very free to use these internal LAN IPs on their companies and all. So they are totally free to use. But when you will be, let's say, any user from here, this is a company, let's say this is let me just remove, I'm just going to remove everything. Better you can take the click of these topics. This is important thing. Okay, so this is important. If you want, you can take the click, or later on, I will also be sharing these all topics with you. That is much more, should be clear to everyone, whatever you will be covering here. Okay, I'm just going to remove everything now here. So let's say there is a company. In this company, there is obviously one Palo Alto firewall. This firewall is sitting at the perimeter of your company's organization. So all the devices within the company, they are using a one private range IP. So let's say they are using 10.0.0.1. This is the IP they are using, and they are using basically 10's network. If I just want, I can write down here. So when any user, let's say this user, its IP is 10.0.0.10. This user, it wants to open https://www.cisco.com. If this is the traffic they want to generate, then how you would imagine what will happen? This is the, let's say there is a one switch, and these all are connecting to here. This switch is connecting to one of the interface of your firewall. Let's say this interface is Ethernet 1x2, and here this is one interface, it is Ethernet 1x1. So this is internet, wherever they are getting connected. So if this PC wants to connect with internet, what are the various steps they will have to go through? What will be the normal packet flow over here? So first of all, what you need here, when you are generating any traffic from this LAN side, this is my LAN side, a whole rectangle box, it is my LAN side. This cloud thing is your WAN side, internet side. So now if you will be going a bit deeper into it, what is an internet? Internet, it is a collection of all those routers, normally we call them ISPs, who are basically the public IP holders, correct? So this internet is basically somehow it will be a chain of routers that will be just guiding you towards your destination where you want to go. So who is the source? Source is this guy. Destination is this guy. How it will be processed? What do you think? How the normally traffic will be processed when you will be even on your computers? Normally when you hit enter after doing any going to Chrome and typing any website, normally how the process will be done. So first step is you need to have the IP of cisco.com. Without this, nothing will be started. This is step number 1. So you will go through DNS traffic, right? What is DNS here? Because computer, how you will be generating the traffic? You will be generating the traffic from your Google Chrome. This is your Google Chrome Internet Explorer. From Google Chrome, you are just hitting this one. You are giving this website. So because our computer system, it is a computational device, it will turn everything into numbers. This guy will be turning into which number? What is the number for this one?
443.
Yes, it is HTTP is associated with port number 443. Why 443? Because it belongs to the layer 7 of OSI. How many layers we do have on OSI? Layer 7, 6, 5th, 4th, 3rd, 2 and 1. So this is 7th, 6th, 5th, 6th one, 4th one, 3rd, 2 and 1. So layer number 7, what is the name of layer number 7?
Application.
Application layer. Application layer is responsible for identifying what the user is up to, what he is really trying to do with respect to the traffic. Traffic in the sense what kind of data he is generating. So you are basically trying to generate HTTP data, HTTPS. So that is the duty of your layer number 7, that is application layer, to identify what really the user trying to do. So that means it will identify the tool first. What is the tool being used over here? Tool is your Google Chrome, right? So tool is Chrome. On Chrome, now everyone would understand Chrome, it is an internet browser. So what is the job of internet browser? To just give you the pages of your website. So now this is a website. Before going to this website, first of all, as I already mentioned now, our computer system, it is a computational device. It would understand everything in terms of numbers. So HTTPS, it is 443. Then this guy should also be a number. What is called? This is will be your IP of cisco.com. Who will give you this IP? So you will go to first query will be your DNS. You will ask your DNS server, please give me what is the cisco.com URL and its equivalent IP. So it will be changing this domain to one IP. It is called DNS resolve. So now the DNS lookup will be done. Let's say DNS will give you one IP. It is let's assume 9.9.9.9. Now you do have this combination 9.9.9 hyphen or colon 443. So this combination is already depicting the whole thing is here. After this, definitely because it is a HTTPS service. So next layer, what is the name of next layer? That is your presentation layer. Presentation layer will also be responsibly taking, the initiative. What kind of data or what is the dot extension of this one? So most of the time our websites or web pages, they are into HTML pages. So your presentation layer will be responsible for maintaining that legacy. So that means website should be transferred in the very good manner. Whatever the user is expecting, it should be returned in the same way. Whatever the question is there, the answer should be exactly looking like that, the same way. Next comes your layer number 5th, session layer. This is application layer, presentation layer, and session layer. Session layer is responsible for connecting you both. Both means client and server, no matter where they are. Right now, client is this guy. Server is somewhere over the internet, Cisco's server here. So it will be assuming client and server, they both will open their sockets. What is a socket? This is a socket now, right now. So one socket program will be initiated from the client side, and definitely it will be getting connecting to the other side client socket program of the server side. Who will open these two sockets? So this is the responsibility of your TCP or UDP. Okay, so this is the responsibility of your layer 4, which is transport layer. So on application layer, there are certain kind of services that are basically being delivered by your TCP as a protocol. So you can assume TCP and UDP, they are the delivery guys in order to deliver your layer 7. So this is application layer is layer 7 services. What are the various services that are associated over here? HTTP, HTTPS, FTP, Telnet, SSH, DNS, DHCP, all are just dedicated to here only. So all these services, once your network operating system, what do we mean by network operating system? How we will be understanding where is the network operating system? When you configure any kind of IP address on your device, you always go to internet protocol, that is a TCP IPv4. Okay, so you go for TCP IP suite where you configure your IP and all. Everyone knows how to configure an IP to your network PC, right? So this is what you go to the properties of this one, and then if you have you are going to have one dynamic IP, then you will say okay, achieve the IP dynamically. Or if you want to give statically, then you say use this IP. Yes, everyone is okay.
Yes.
Okay. So that is your network operating system, TCP IP suite. That is your network operating system. When you have this operating system, this is nothing but it will be following all the rules of OSI only. Now, transport layer will be identifying which is the service that application layer has labeled it. So service is HTTPS. So accordingly, transport layer will be picking up one guy. In this case, TCP will be responsible. So TCP will be saying, okay, fine, I'll be first going and checking whether the server is available for you or not. It is like one extra guide that before that guide, this guide will be doing everything for you. Then only the service would be started being exchanged between client and server. So this process, just trying to have those two sockets open between client and server in order to process this traffic. This is called your something. So there is a very special name to it. It is called connection establishment state. It is represented by TCP handshake. How many of you know about TCP handshake? What is the TCP handshake? Anyone?
Yeah, basically, Rahul here. So basically, in TCP handshake, it's when a client and server initiate communication between them. There are three packets like SYN, SYNAC, and ACK. So this three packets collectively together are called TCP handshake.
Yes, exactly. Because now the first thing they have to open these sockets from client side, it is already open now. You have to ask the server so that they can share the sockets, and then they will be connecting through a virtual socket ID or connection ID. This will be called as your session ID. Okay, so this session ID will be responsible for any further kind of communication that will be happening between the client and server. So first is TCP, because TCP will work on certain kind of flag values. How they will be working on flag value and why they will be working on flag values. Idea is almost every protocol in computer networks, they follow an important thing that is called headers. Header, it is like a way how this process would work. So we do have header for TCP, where TCP is explained, where TCP format is given, how TCP would look like, what will be the meaning of individual entry in the TCP header and all. Similarly, we do have UDP. Similarly, we do have SMTP also. What about ICMP? Yes, we do have header for ICMP. What about IP? We do have header for IP. What about SSL? Yes, we do have SSL also. So everything that protocol we to say today, it's not just randomly they are waking up somebody and they're saying, okay, wake up, there is a call for you. No. So they work on certain kind of rules, regulations. That is the reason they are called protocol. Everything is ending with P, 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 P. So this P, it is called a protocol. This protocol, it is word-wide recognized with the help of this header only. When we apply for any kind of job, so there is something called job description. This job description, if this job is open to international candidates, so that means that everyone should be equally qualified. Whatever the qualifications they are looking forward for, those qualifications are needed. Similarly, it is a header, it is like a generalized idea how TCP would be working. So TCP, normally the TCP header would look like this. It is just like you are trying to send one letter to from your hometown to your family back there, and then you have written whatever the data you want to send. You want to say, hello, my dear father, mother, how are you doing and all. So this is your real data. So this is my data, whatever you are typing in the letter. But now extra control information that you have to give over here, from, to, address, everything will be coming here. So here you have to say, let's say there is a section there where you are saying contact information, where you have to give your mobile number also. So this standardized thing, it is called your, let's say if I have to say this is my letter pad, I have to say this is my letter pad header. This guy is my header. Header means it is kind of control information. It will direct the client and server both to understand. It is a self-explanatory thing whenever client will be sending. So there is no need to explain server externally, explicitly, I would say. So the server would understand what do I mean by TCP, what I have to reply with this one. So TCP header is looking like this. It is just like one rectangle box, you can say. Here you do have from 0 to 15. Okay, so total you have not 0, 1. 1 to 15 lines total. So you have total 15 lines. And each row, we have these 15 rows. Each row, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And from 6 to 15, you can say they will come here. Now, each individual row, there is a basically, there is a data byte size that each row will consume. How many bytes? 4 bytes. What do we mean by 4 bytes? How many bits? 4 bytes means?
32.
32 bits, right?
Yeah.
Now, 32 bits. If I have to say, I have a box. Okay, so this is a box. So it is the length or breadth, whatever it is 8 into 7. What is the size of this box?
56 units.
Yeah, so that means 7 into 8, whatever the units are, 56. What is the size of this TCP header now? You have 15 rows. Each row is 4 bytes.
4 bytes.
So how many bytes we do have in the TCP header now?
60.
Maximum 60. If you include all those, then it will be maximum 60, right? Similarly, now I said 6 to 15 will come here, and it will be only being used wherever it is really, really needed. For example, for recorded routing, we use it, or for any other special purposes, we use it. Normally in computer network traffic, whatever is going on till date now within us, so we use first 5 lines. So that means minimum we do have 5 into 4, that is 20 bytes. So your TCP header can vary from 20 to 60 bytes depending upon the data. So now every 4 bytes, they are divided into certain kind of subfields now. First field, it is called your port numbers. So you will come over here. So first will be your 16 digit will be for your source port. 16 digits will be for your destination port. Right? If 16 digits, they are for source port and destination port. So that means how many bits you have total here? 16 here. How many bits you do have? 16 here. If you have 2 bits, how many combinations you can have? If we have 2 bits here, I can have 0, 0. I can have 0.
4.
I can have 1, 0. I can have 1, 1. So total 4 combinations are available, right?
Yes.
If you have 3 bits, how many combinations we can have?
9.
So it will be, let's say,
8, I think. Yeah. 2 raised to 3, 8.
yeah. If I have 2 bits, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 3 bits, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, and then 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, and 1, 1, 1. Do we have any other combi for this?
Oh, no.
If I have only 1 bit, then
2 combinations.
at a time it can be 0 or it can be
Or 1.
So now you see it. There is a connection between this line that I'm just drawing over here, and there is a connection between all the combinations it is producing right now. I have one line, that means 1 bit representation is giving me 2 combination because they're binary. So the number system base is 2. So we have to take the exponent of your base. So here 2 bits. I can take 2 bits is giving me how many? 4 combinations. So this is my base, and how many bits I'm using, I have to put as exponent. Now I am getting 8 combination from 3 bits. So that means if my base is 2 raised to power 3, it is giving me 8 combinations. Now my question is, in TCP header, first line, the 32 bits, they are already divided into 16 digits. 16 bits. This is 16, this is also 16. So that means how many combinations we can have on those 16? To exponent 16, it will give you 65,536. So in the world, there is no machine that is working on more than these numbers, right? Specifically, I'm talking about IPv4.
Correct.
So we do have 65,536 because that is the reason for them. Now, that means whenever you will be having any traffic generating, so your client is sending any data that is going from LAN to internet site, so it will be picking one source port also from, normally we say it will be going from range will be 0 to 65,536, 5, not 6. Now, 0 has a very significant value in cybersecurity. We call them whenever your security appliance, let's say your firewall, ECA, email security appliance, or WSA, web security appliance, any other thing. So if they are keep on dropping the traffic, so we call it as a port number 0 traffic. Just it is a legacy thing. So this is just reserved for the dropped traffic. So then we start from port number 1 onwards. So what is the decision when you will take what will be, is there any rule like a particular, there is a candidature, like your source port would be looking like, and what will be the characteristics of your destination port? So what will be the decision, I mean the deciding category over here, the pattern, how you will decide? Destination port, what is your destination port for 443? So it will 443 for HTTPS. It will come here only. Because it is a standardized thing. You should know how to deal with 443. What about source port? How you will decide? So there is a theory behind your port numbers also. We do have 3 kind of port numbers. Right? Number one, it is called well-defined port numbers. Number 2, we do have reserved port numbers. Number 3, you do have random port numbers. Now, again, I'm just going to draw that TCP stuff over here so that you can correlate here. We are discussing the very first line of TCP. So source port will come here, and destination port will come here. Both are of 16 digits only. So well-defined port number, there is a range. It will go up to 121023. So well-defined port numbers means all your layer 7 stuff I'm talking about, all those services. HTTP, SHTTP also, they belong to here only. So what now in short, what I'm trying to say, whenever you will be generating any kind of traffic, your TCP header destination port will always belong to this range. Okay? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Then comes your reserved port numbers. Reserved port numbers are the company's VPN stuff. For example, in Palo Alto, we have reserved port number 4501 and 25,000. Not 25, sorry, 27,000. So these two ports are reserved. They are the paid port numbers. Okay, so companies buy them just like your public IP. So reserved port are the company's port number that they reserve for your VPN and for several other internal monitoring purpose. So their range.
Excuse me,
Yeah.
ma'am. Sorry to interrupt. So are these reserved port numbers used for any research purposes?
It may be being used for, because yes, definitely they use for the various reserve port numbers for being as a on research purposes also.
Okay, thank you.
So that means from 102.4 to 49151, you cannot use them for your source or destination. It will be internally manipulated data. So you cannot use them. It will be internally automatically changed when they will hit any VPN tunnel that will be created by, if GP is the VPN for your Palo Alto firewall, let's say if any connect is the remote VPN for the Cisco. So definitely they will be using some kind of port in order to process their tunnel traffic. So this is how they will be processed. Then comes your random port numbers. Random port number, it will start from 49152 to all the way up to 65535. Okay. So these all will be used for your port number. So now what do you understood from here? Your source port number will always come from here. Okay, so it is like 50,000. Normally, I take the example as 50,000 always. Whenever I explain anything, I say, okay, let's assume my source port is 50,000. That is the reason why I'm saying my source port is 50,000, because it will always belong on the random side. So this is your line number 1, TCP. So next one comes your 32 bits sequence number. Next one comes your acknowledgement number. Then in the 4th line, you have first 4 bits here. They will be saying out of these 15, how many you are using. How many we are using as a TCP header? We are using only 5 out of 15. So what will be the number here? So here are 4 bits are reserved for this one, and their number will be 0, 1, 0, 1. So this is what their number will be, 99.9%. And then after that, next 6 bits are for your reserved bits. We call them reserved bits. Next 6 bits are for your flag value. These are called your TCP flags. You might have heard so many times something called TCP flags. We do have basically 6 flags that TCP use them for connection establishment and connection release state. So for example, let's say we do have SYN, we do have FIN, we do have ACK, reset, push, and urgent. These are the 6 famous flags of TCP. It is called synchronization, finish, acknowledgement, reset, push, and urgent. So these are different flags. Now, whenever any first time client, this is going to be a brand new conversation between them. First time when client will be talking to server, it will be generating SYN segment to send to server so that it can just ask, I need to talk to you. Are you available or not? So this SYN will be happening at port number 443. Okay, so how it will be looking like? Let's say my port number will be, let's say 50,000. Destination port will be 443. Sequence number, let's say 00001, it is a 32-bit long number. Acknowledgement number, because this is the very first segment, how I can say there is any acknowledgement. Acknowledgement is always for something. If somebody from any one of you, let's say Rahul is saying to me, hello, then I'll say, yes, hello, how are you? Acknowledgement is like, already I have received something, I'm just giving one reply to you. Whenever it is a brand new traffic, it is a first segment from your side, you cannot say there is any acknowledgement. So in SYN segment, there will be no acknowledgement. It is not applicable over here. Then what about this guy? This guy, 1010101. Then this will be the reserved bits. You cannot do anything. What about flag value? So your flag value will be looking like 10000. Everything will be 0. So this will be your value over here. How many bits? 6 bits will be here. 6 bits will be reserved. Out of this one, 4 values will be this. And what about this one? These 16 bits reserved for your something is called windowing or window size. This window size will be, it is like, it will be creating one room over here. It will be sending, this is what my speed is to send you this many. Then let's say if I'm trying to send you 2 packets at a time, make sure you are also available to receive 2 of them. So if they are deciding your windowing over here size, it is called flow control and access control over here. So these are 16 bits where your window or sliding window protocol will come here. Then 16 bits are reserved in the last line. They are reserved for checksum, TCP checksum. And then this one is called urgent pointer. Okay. So now there is a specific reason why we do have urgent pointer in TCP. Urgent pointer means whenever anyone from your LAN side, they clicked on one malicious link, and now your firewall has detected it. So firewall will be stopping some other data for some time, and urgent pointer will be up for this type of data so that it can fetch the record from the threat engine also. So sometime you have to use your AI engine, just like Wildfire in Palo Alto we do have. This urgent pointer is needed whenever the urgent pointer's flag will be set to 1, just like this. Urgent pointer flag, you can just imagine like there is a picnic spot. This is the queue of people who are just waiting for the tickets, and this is a cashier guy. Now there is some politician arrives over here. So let's say this is some priority person. So definitely it will not wait here. It will be the next one who will be coming here. Am I right? Yes. This is what how you would decide the priority. So urgent flag is just like that. Urgent flag will be saying if any traffic that is saying my urgent flag is up, and urgent pointer will be the value associated with that person. So you have to say this is my pointer. You have to come right in the first in the queue. You cannot wait here. So this is just that kind of traffic. Push means, okay, fine. There is no special person in the row. One by one people are coming and they are being pushed in the cable to send you. So they are just getting into the buffer. Urgent won't set into the buffer. They will be just right next one to the send. So push means just a normal flow. Reset flag means now the server has some sort of, options to reply you with. If server is saying SYN, this is a first packet from server, and it is saying also I'm acknowledging you whatever you have sent me. If server is saying you SYN plus ACK, that means everything is coming from server also. Server will say my port number is 443. This is my destination port, whatever my source port was here. Obviously, there's a sequence number will be changed. Now there will be acknowledgement number in SYN plus ACK because acknowledgement flag is also 1 here. So it is like a process how TCP would work. We can talk months also on TCP header. So that big, very topic. So here I'm just giving you one idea. When we talk about our firewalls and all, they always take care of these things, right? So Palo Alto firewall, it will be taking care of your data, whatever is going through from your perimetry and coming back. So if this is your Palo Alto firewall, if this is my LAN side here, and this is my WAN side here, and whatever the data you are generating from here, let's say this interface, it is the gateway for LAN. Ethernet 1x2 is here, Ethernet 1x1 is here. So whatever the data is going from here to here, there are certain kind of rules that you have to understand that we will be covering throughout the training. So number one, Palo Alto firewall, it is called your zone-based firewall. Why it is called a zone-based firewall? What is a zone in a normal layman language?
Just a group.
Yeah, it's just a kind of division, group, whatever you can understand. In Corona in India, we had something called containment zone, red zone, something like this. So zone means some area where all the people will be following the same rules, right? Palo Alto firewall, we have interfaces, we have router. Okay, just I'm giving you one example. On this router, this is my, let's say, fast Ethernet 1, fast Ethernet 2. I have two interfaces. So that means how many networks if on fast Ethernet 1, I'm giving this IP 10.0.0.1/8. Can I give here 10.0.0.0.2 on this interface of the router /8?
No,
Why?
because routers, they break broadcast domain, right? So you cannot have two IPs in the same subnet on two different interfaces.
So basically, your router, it is just like a roundabout on your traffic lights. That means if our direction is going here, it will lead you to the different city number 1. Here you will end to city number 2. They are directions, north, east, west, whatever. City number 3 and city number 4. So this is your router. Routers, all interfaces to any two interfaces will never ever talk about any same network. You forget about IP, they cannot be having on the same network also. If this is a 10's network, there is no way you can have 10/8 over here also. You can have 10/9, 10, 11, 12, something like this, but definitely not the same pattern. So let's assume there will be 20 here, this is 30 here, and this is 40's network. This is the behavior of router. Similarly, on switch, how switch will be working? If this is my any interface, can I give any IP, by the way, first of all? Let's say 10.0.0.1. This is my layer 2 switch. Layer 2 switch, why? Because it works, it has the responsibility, whatever the layer 2 is doing, as compared to OSI model. Whatever layer 2 is giving you the content, it is just implementing that accordingly. So layer 2 means it will talk about all about MAC addresses. It has no idea what is IP address. So if I'm saying on particular switch interface, I'm giving this IP, this is a totally meaningless thing. It is like somebody is talking me in language that I don't even know what is talking about. So switch has no idea what is an IP address. Only router would understand this. So if you are talking about switch, they work in a different way. So by default, they will think all the people, no matter which network they are belonging to, so they will consider them single group. Here, the group will be like this. All the people who are just coming into one shared group, so they are different group. Similarly, on Palo Alto firewall, you can combine here not just these group. Let's say if this is my firewall and I have 1, 2, 3, and 4 interfaces on my firewall. It is up to me. I can combine these two into one zone, or maybe these two into one zone. I can leave it into a different separate zone. So combination, I can have my own. I can decide which interface I have to bring into which zone. So that means every interface on Palo Alto firewall, there is a rule. They must map to one zone. It is a rule. Why zone? Because every interface, whenever you will be writing down some sort of policies or decisions, it is better to take the decisions on group wise or zone wise, rather than you saying, okay, fine, rule number 1 implement on this interface, rule number 2 in 1 implement on this interface also. Better you say zone number 1, This is a rule. It is like you don't need to break your head multiple times. Just create one rule for your zone. It will be automatically implemented to all. So that is the idea behind it. So now every interface on your route, on your firewall, they will be mapped to one zone. So if I have on my firewall, let's say this is my firewall, I have 4 interfaces. How many maximum zone I can have? How many maximum zones we can have here?
4.
4, definitely. You can say this is my zone number 1, zone number 2, zone number 3, and zone number 4. Absolutely right. And what is the minimum?
1.
Yes. So you can say all of them belongs to one zone. Still, it is true. What my say is, I'm saying every interface must be mapped to one zone. Yes, fine. It is also belonging to WAN zone, WAN zone, WAN zone, WAN zone, internet zone, I mean to say. They are perfectly all right. Or they can belong to LAN also, all of them. So there is no question. What is not possible is, this guy is participating into LAN and this is participating into WAN. And I'm saying this is also participating into WAN. This is not possible. Only at a single time, only one zone is allowed. So you can have only a unique zone that will be mapped to your interface. Okay. So even if you on Palo Alto firewall, we do have the liberty, we can combine router plus switch, all the functions together. What I'm saying is, if I have this firewall, let me just clear this whole mess. If I have this firewall, I have these 4 interfaces over here, and I can say, let's say this is my Ethernet 1 by 1, 1 by 2, 1 by 3, 1 by 4. So these all are my interfaces. I can say this interface, there are certain types which are associated. So these types are layer 2, layer 3, HA, and all several others. So right now I'm just giving you these 2 types. It is my own decision whether I want to make this interface work just like as a switch. If it is will be working like switch, I will say this is layer 2 switch. If it is, I want to say this is also layer 2, I can mark it as layer 2 as interface. I want to mark them layer 3, so this is layer 3, layer 3. This is very possible. This is one of your powerful stuff on the firewalls that we can have. Second thing is, every Palo Alto firewall, they are divided into 2 parts. Okay. So they are divided into 2 parts. You can imagine like this also, or if you are comfortable, whatever. So, but we do have 2 parts in every Palo Alto firewall. Parts in the sense they are not separate boxes. No, it is like we have OSI 7 layers. Similarly, we have 2 logical parts of operating system. So one is called your management plane. Another one is called your data plane. Whatever the interfaces I've been drawing so far, they all belong to your data plane because they are the real interfaces where your traffic will be generated. Then what about management plane? What all will be done here? Management interface will be all kind of user access for admin logins. Everything will happen here. Real kind of data will be happening here. So it is your operating system's logical functions that will be working accordingly. Otherwise, if you will cut down your firewall and you will say, where is management plane? Where is data plane? Then you won't see anything like that. It is just a processing of your operating system. So this is management plane. This is your data plane. If you talk about your operating system, we call it PAN-OS. This will also be covered here. If I'm forgetting, maybe I have forgotten in the previous, when I was giving you the list of topics, this is also one of them. So PAN-OS will be here. PAN-OS basically, it is called Palo Alto Networks Operating System. So it is rooted from Linux as the environment. From Linux, we do have a distribution. It is called CentOS. From CentOS, further it is implemented as PAN-OS. So you do have a 3-layer of architecture of Linux. Do I need to know, you might be asking, do I need to know Linux also for learning Palo Alto? No, absolutely no, nothing. You don't need to worry about these things. These will be as part of your troubleshooting commands whenever you will be on CLI mode. No need to break your head over here. Nothing, absolutely nothing requirement. So this is how you will be working. Now, this is just an overview. there is a lot things that we cannot end in 60 minutes or 70 minutes, but this is just one overview. So why Palo Alto firewall? It is called your next generation firewall, zone-based firewall, because it will be taking the decisions whether I have to allow particular zone, yes or no. It is just for the decision purposes, so that you can categorize, you can have a very granular approach whenever you will be doing your packet filterization, because firewall, ultimately goal of any firewall is to filter the traffic only. Whatever is incoming, wherever it will be going, is it allowed to go there or not, based upon certain parameters. Maybe you are selecting, shortlisting people based upon their IPs, or maybe you are checking their user logins, we call them user IDs. So maybe you are filtering the traffic based upon port numbers. Maybe you are filtering the traffic on applications. Application means Google Maps, Google Slides, then you do have Facebook Messenger, anything. So these all are called your applications. So these are the special features that Palo Alto Firewall is providing you. So every next generation firewall, not only Palo Alto Firewall, any other vendor also, if they are saying we are next generation, so they are supported by 3 powerful engine. One is called your app ID. Another one is called your user ID. And third one, it is called your CTD. Okay. So app ID is whatever I just explained to you. In normal firewall, this is my normal firewall, non-next generation firewall. If this is my next generation firewall, if I'm saying this is my topology and here it is my LAN, so this is my WAN, I want to say all the LAN users, they can just search anything on the Google, but they should not click Google Sheets or any other Google application. They should not be accessing any of the applications. So your normal firewall will say, see, fellow, I cannot do it. Either you have to allow full Google, including all those applications, or you have to block full users, including all those. I cannot do this drama for you, right? So this is non-next generation firewall, the legacy one, right? This is your legacy firewall. But when it comes to next generation firewall can do it very, very, in an amazing way. So people will be able to search anything on the Google. It is called Google base. So Google base will be allowed for them. The moment they will be clicking on Google Sheets or anything like that, so there will be app shift that will be detected. That is the main function why it is called next generation, because app shift is being detected. So there will be app shift that will be detected. It is called layer 7 inspection or DPI, deep packet inspection. That is the reason why your Palo Alto firewall, it is capable of doing app ID. In fact, these are the 3 powerful engine of your Palo Alto firewall. So app ID, yes, it is able to support it. That is the reason it is called next generation firewall. Second one is user ID. User ID means if I have a training room, in this training room, there are 10 people, they can sit here. So if I have 3 batches, that means 30 students are already going on here. So this IP 10.001, we found some sort of malicious activity. So how I would find who has done it? That means all 30s are now under inspection. So this is just a case for 30 users. Imagine if in your organization there are more than 15K people who are working, how you will manipulate it, or how you will analyze your data. So in this case, rather than relying on just on your IPs, something is called, now user will be recorded. Their log files will be recorded based upon who was the user that time was logged in here. So that is user ID. Then content and threat detection. Content and threat detection means this user ID, by the way, this is not possible in your legacy firewall, not at all. You cannot identify any user, only IPs. Layer 2, layer 3 and layer 4 information is possible. This user ID is again layer 7 stuff, it is possible. Then CTD, content and threat detection. Let's say from any side, anyone from the LAN side, they clicked on something that was malicious activity, malicious link, malicious file also. Or maybe a person was typing very, abusive email to somebody, not just abusive, it was not even on the good terms. So there are some red code words, let's say drugs or something like this. There was some some code words were there. So you can filter these kind of data. You can filter the traffic, whatever is written inside the file also. Not just the extension .exe or .pdf. No, you can actually go in a much more deeper level. So that is called content and threat detection. So here comes the role of your URL filtering, whatever we will be doing. Then your threat engines, other profiles we will be working on. So that is the overall idea about whatever we will be expecting from this course, right? Yes, Rahul?
Ma'am, is CTD similar to what in older days we used to have WebSense
Yes,
content
you can.
filtering?
Yeah, you can say yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. So anyway, that is I can talk 7-8 hours on Palo Alto, no problem. So I believe it is okay. So this is what our agenda will be. If you have any question, you can just let me know. This course, whatever I will be covering, it is covering fully PCNSA and 95% your PCNSE also. Why not fully? Because it does not cover your panorama here, because this course is for beginner people who will be starting their role in Palo Alto Firewall as a very beginner. It can be for anyone, any people, any person who has never ever given any computer network exams, let's say CCNAs or something. So there is no prerequisite. Even so far, my all the engineers whosoever I've been training them for, so they are from different backgrounds. Some are from mechanical, civil, so it is like that. So this course is for them, but this is going to be very intense when you will be joining the classes. It is like deep level. You will be going from one step to another level, another level, like this. Only there is one topic, that is a panorama itself. It is at least 2 months course, so there is a separate batch for them. So once you will be finishing this one, you can go to panorama. So PCNSA plus panorama, it is equal to PCNSE. Otherwise, if you are targeting for only PCNSA, then it's okay.
And we won't be covering Prisma, right?
Just your firewalls. Prisma is altogether a different thing. So we are planning a Prisma batch by January or Feb maybe.
Is it related to SD-WAN?
Some sort of SD-WAN, but it is much more advanced than that. But Prisma, it is a very good thing. So maybe people who are in the Palo Alto right now, they all are getting trained. Because in Prisma, there is a prerequisite. Any person who will be working in startup group, they will be working on any live cases, stack engineers, whatever. So there is no prerequisite. You can absolutely be a beginner also. But if you want to join Prisma, even for the fresher also, it is mandatory. Minimum, you should have worked 6 months on normal firewalls. These kind of training you should be very comfortable with. So that is the reason Prisma would demand a lot of fundamentals to be totally cleared.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, anyone? So, any questions for me?
Any topics related to AI ops?
Any topics related to AOps will be right now. You want to take any classes for the different one? This AOps separately?
It's
Because
not covered in this.
no, we do have a Wildfire, right? So Wildfire will be based upon your some sort of AI stuff here, but not specific. We do not have any specific content that will be only AIs. Where we have Wildfire, that will be we will cover here.
Okay.
Yeah. Any separate reason or any specific reason why you are too much into it? Or
No,
you?
actually, recently when we purchased a subscription, they gave us like it's a free implementation. They are giving certain things free with the Palo Alto subscription. So I was implementing that. In that, I am finding some sort of difficulties. Like I am feeling like in DNS security, we have a subscription of DNS security in that. So I am seeing more malware and more phishing attacks on my network. So I was thinking if I can gain some knowledge related to that.
Licensing, right? Well, licensing,
Yeah.
definitely we have to cover your licensing also. So which license you have applied, base license or bundle license?
No, it's a bundle license.
Okay, so if it is bundle license, make sure you have the threat license also. So threat detection is important. DNS security will come from your base license also, but threat license you need, then you have to have other licenses. Minimum 8 licenses you need to have. So these all licenses are mandatory if you are able to see so many malwares still there. In case you are working on GP as the some sort of a further very deep level filterizations, you need to have the GP license also. We call them HIP profiles. So if you are using HIP profile, you have to have GP license too.
Okay.
Yeah. All right then, all of you, and have your festive season going good, and take care. I'll see you all maybe shortly in the classes.
So, ma'am, it will be continued from tomorrow onwards or
Arun, your voice is very, very, very low, but I think you asked me the question when we are going to have the classes.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so that honestly, I have no idea. Maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow we will start. So maybe I can have a word with the team. So maybe they will be keep you updated.
So it will be like from 9 p.m. onwards, right?
Yeah, Indian time 9 to 10 p.m. Usually it is there. Sometime it can be changed. Right now, I think still it is considered as 9 to 10 p.m.
Okay, daily 1 hour.
Yeah, daily 1 hour.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, basically you need to pay attention for at least 35 to 40 hours. 35 hours are more than enough. This is a totally 35-hour thing. If you will be able to get it, because sometime, there will be labs basically everywhere. Whatever the topic I have given you in the very beginning, everything, whatever I have said, it is a lab-based stuff, right? So there is nothing only theory-based and all. Myself, I have been, till date, I've been handling the platinum support cases overall for Palo Alto stuff. So I won't be suggesting you to staying to theoretical side. So whatever from day one only, we will be on the firewall itself. So there might be some chances because a firewall lab can be a bit slow and all. So it can lead to have 4-5 days extended your course. That means if I'm saying 35 days, you can end up somewhere in 40 days also, or 42 days, something like this. So that is the reason I'm saying. Otherwise, you all are okay. Even anyone who is saying, okay, I am not good in my fundamentals and all, so it's absolutely fine, nothing to worry. So whatever the course will be, normally I take, I just keep on, noticing, observing people, how and well I will be keep on questioning you during the sessions. The way you answer, I can just come up with some ideas. Yes, where you guys are standing, how I have to take the flow accordingly. If you are not confident on your fundamentals, then you have to let me know. Reason is that there is nothing to be shy, there is nothing to hide. It will be breaking the flow for you. Ultimately, you will be demotivated. That I don't want. So in case you want to say, okay, fine, we need to brush up for first 2 days, the training, yes, absolutely, why not? So it will be working. It's okay. All right.
Yep. Thank you.
Okay, all of you have a wonderful evening. Take care.
Last questions, like how will notify for the next class? Do we have any WhatsApp group or email only?
Yeah, so Vipin, hi, my name is Gaurav. So what we will be doing is we will be sharing you all the details related to the class on your email address. Okay. And yes, there will be the group, but we will keep you updated on the email first of all related to that, and then we will connect again. Okay.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Shubham, ma'am. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you everyone. Good night. Bye-bye.
Good night.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone. Good night.
Thanks. Bye.